In this video, I'm gonna walk you through how to create this quick little project. This is a vaccination card holder to keep your vaccination cards safe. This project doesn't involve much materials. As you can see, I kind of mixed and matched, so I used some cork on the outside on this version and some vinyl on the inside. I also use some heat transfer vinyl to line my wrong side of the cork, but that's totally optional, and as you can see, you will just see a tiny bit of the exposed wrong side of your material, so that's nothing to worry about. Also optional embellishment is to create this little decal on the front of the holder that says "I call the shots." I decided to put the quote on the front of my vaccination card holders. So this pouch, when finished, is 5 by 4 inches folded, and it fits at least 2 vaccination cards. If you have more family members that you need to carry the vaccination cards for, you can definitely put more cards inside here. And I think that's going to be a useful item to have in your purse. You don't want to damage your vaccination cards. So creating this quick vaccination card holder will be very useful. The full supply list, along with the pattern pieces and the intro notes, is available for free. All you need to do is just follow the link in the description box below to access the file. After you download it, you're gonna have the printable pattern pieces, and I'll also will include a link to the design of this decal in a Cricut creative space. If you are a subscriber to the access plan for Cricut, you're going to be able to use that design. If you like this video and you would like me to create more videos and more patterns, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and to give the video a like. Now, if you would like to see me creating this green version of the vaccination card holder, please keep watching. To start our project, we're gonna prep all our pattern pieces and the hardware. You can access the pattern pieces following the link in the description box below. It's a free pattern, so it will just take you to the place where you can download the file. If you want a generic SVG file for this project, please join my Facebook group, and the file will be available in the group file folder. So to start our project, we're gonna prep the main panel. As you can see, I decided to embellish my plain vinyl with some heat transfer vinyl, and also I decided to attach the heat transfer vinyl to the backing of my sewing vinyl, so just to make it prettier. But if that's something you don't want to bother with, that's fine. And actually, you're not gonna see much of the vinyl when your cards are inserted into the packets, so that's something to consider. I wanted to do it, but I don't think it's really necessary. Then you're gonna have the 2 frames for the card packets, 2 pieces of clear vinyl to create the windows, and a small strap to create our closure. You'll need 1 set of rivets. Those are 8mm rivets, and then 1 set of metal snaps. This is a set I got from Amazon. You can easily just search and get yourself a set that comes with the tools to set your snaps. So the first step to start work on our vaccination card holder is to attach the clear vinyl to our frames. So you want to make sure both are wrong side up, and you can use double-sided tape to do that. That's very helpful. So I'm not going to place a lot of tape because I don't want my machine needle to get ganged up by the glue. So I'm just gonna place a little bit on the corners. I'm gonna remove the backing of the tape when it's still attached and center those and center this see-through panel inside my frame. You want to make sure that you're gonna have an overhang of at least 1/8 of an inch on each side, because that's the seam allowance we're gonna use to attach our see-through vinyl to our windows. Now I have my 2 packets prepped for the see-through vinyl to be attached inside. I'm also gonna prep my strip to create my snap closure. So yet again I'm gonna use double-sided tape. I want to cut about half of the length of the strap. Place it half an inch away from the one of the short edges. Remove the backing, fold one of the short edges about half an inch, 3/8 of an inch inside, and then fold the longer end, making sure that those 2 cut ends touch seamlessly on that side. So that's gonna be our back side of the top. That's gonna be our front side. And when you have that prepped, we're gonna take all of those parts to the machine and we're gonna attach our clear vinyl with the seam all around the window, and that seam is gonna be 1/8 of an inch seam allowance and 3.5 stitch length on both of them. And we're gonna stitch all around our top and with the same seam allowance, so it's going to be 1/8 of an inch seam allowance and 3.5 stitch length. Now that we have our top prepped and our packets are now completed with our see-through vinyl attached, so we have our windows ready, we're gonna work on our top. The next step is to punch 2 holes on each end of the top, about 3/8 away from the short end. So you're gonna be punching the hole 3/8 away from the short folded edge in the middle of the top on both ends. Now that you have the holes punched, you're gonna take your outer panel, fold it in half, fold the top in half, making sure the cut end of the top is on the back of your pouch. Just place it over, make sure it's centered. So when you have the top placed over your main panel, make sure it's pretty tight, because we're gonna be trimming this edge, so this top will have a little more wiggle room on the end. So when that placement is secure and it's halfway through on both sides, now you're gonna use those little holes you just punched as the marks where to attach our hardware on the main panel. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna attach our top to the back side of our main panel with the rivet. So you want to make sure you're using the hole that it's next to the cut, so that's not going to be showing when you're opening and closing your card holder. So take your rivet, thread it through the top, make a hole in the main panel, make sure it's in the middle, push your rivet through, cap it and secure it with the rivet press. When that's done, punch the hole on the front of your panel. And attach the male part of your metal snap. You can use the plastic snap as well, just make sure you're gonna attach the one that it's smaller on the unit itself. So now I'm gonna use my tool to attach the snap. Now my male part of the snap is attached. You want to make sure that this part is facing towards the right side of the project, and also my little closure tab is attached. I can now move on to attaching my window packets. So you want to take one of the packet and just place it against the against one end of the main panel on the inside of your pouch. Now take the second one and repeat that on the other side. Now that you have your unit prepped like this, you're gonna take it to the machine and you're gonna sew all around the project with the 1/4 of an inch seam allowance and 3.5 stitch length. Make sure you're gonna keep that little tab out of the way of the seam. Now that you have the project sewn all around, we're gonna trim our outside seam allowance to give it a nice scalloped shape. I use this 7mm pinking shears, so I just go all around the project and trim the seam allowance, making sure I don't cut the seam. The last step is to install our closure. So you want to take the female part of the snap and install it inside the hole that we punched on the other end of your tab. Now you can snap close your pouch and your vaccination card holder is now ready. Now the project is completed. I inserted my vaccination cards just to make sure they fit nicely. Now I have a secure way of carrying my vaccination cards that is also accessible. If you put it the right way up with your information, you can just easily present it as needed, but they're gonna be nice and safe in your purse. If you enjoyed this project and you would like to create the vaccination card holder for yourself, please make sure to download the free pattern from the link in the description box below. If you do create one, please make sure to share it with me on my social media. The Facebook group link and the Instagram is in the description box below. Till the next time.